pleasure to take you through a practice I love, and so do many of my students. It can be a great practice for slowing down the breath and switching on your rest, digest, nervous system. Just a note of caution before you start that just like any yoga practice, there are contraindications and cautions here. If you've recently had surgery or have an injury to your abdomen, chest or spine, or have existing injuries such as rib fractures, the added pressure and movement could impede healing. Pregnancy is also contraindicated for this practice. Collapsed lung, severe or unstable heart conditions including cardiac arrhythmia, recent heart attack. If you've got uncontrolled high blood pressure, speak to your medical practitioner before practicing this. Or if you're actively coughing up blood, this is a practice that should be avoided. If you have any conditions like COPD, abdominal hernia or asthma, speak to a medical practitioner before doing this. Given the name Sandbag, it's kind of obvious that a sandbag or something equivalent is required. So if you don't have a sandbag, a bag of rice might work. So you can be creative that way. So some sort of weight that you can put on your diaphragm. And of course, the heavier the weight, the more intense the pranayama is. So just bear that in mind. It's good to start with the lightest weight you can so that the practice is unforced. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that sits up underneath the rib cage. So that's where we want to place that weight. This practice helps strengthen your diaphragm, primary respiratory muscle that many of us don't use enough. So it's like weight training your diaphragm, strengthening it. This practice is ideally practiced lying on your back, but that is not possible for everyone, I understand. If you're lying on your back, ideally your head is supported, i.e. elevated in some manner, but that's up to you. If lying on your back is not possible, another potential option would be lying on a reclined couch and putting the weight on you that way. The other options for you, if neither of those are possible, are lying on your side, seated or standing might work for you instead, and using your hands on your diaphragm instead. The main thing is to be comfortable and know that you can discontinue the practice at any time if you need. Your body, your yoga, as Bernie Clark says. Before we add the sandbag, just check in with yourself. Get that baseline. Check in with your physical, emotional, mental bodies. Just for another 30 seconds, roughly. Scan your physical body for any tension, particularly in those upper respiratory muscles in the neck, the shoulders, the chest. And those secondary respiratory muscles that we're trying not to use as much because they work too much for most of us. And then we add the sandbag. Now, rather than lifting your body with muscular effort against the sandbag, imagine that your body is having a nice, easy conversation with that sandbag. Gradually expanding and making contact all the way around the mid-torso. We're trying to gently lift the bag using your diaphragm, not by pushing your abdominal muscles out. And as you exhale, the weight of the sandbag will tend to push the air out. So try to consciously slow down your exhale and try to make it equal in length to your inhale. We're here for 2 more minutes, if that is appropriate for you today. Always coming out early if you need to, obviously. If it just doesn't feel right or it just is too much for you, that's okay. You may need a lighter bag next time, if that's possible. You're building up to doing this for 10 minutes. That's the goal. One more minute. And now just removing the sandbag and just noticing how you feel. Returning to your natural rhythm. Checking in with yourself. Noticing if you feel a difference in your breathing and a difference in your mental state. If you enjoyed the practice, you feel you benefited from it, I encourage you to do it again and add it to your toolbox. It was a pleasure to take you through it.